Good morning, YouTubians. It's Kermit's Ghost, and we are going to deal with the teas of my collection. I had a count up. There's roughly 240 to 250. So we'll crack on. And first two, I'm going to get these out of the way because I keep now my Studio Ghibli on a separate area. So I'm going to just show these first. It's number 15, and that is Tales from Earthsea. That one. And the Tale of the Princess Kaguya. I think that's how you're going to pronounce that. Kaguya. I don't know, but it's that one. And that is number 21. There are 22 in the collection. Let's crack on. First one is Tag. Great movie this. I found this very, very funny. This was sent to me by Movie Edge. Go and check him out. It's based on a true story of a bunch of friends that have kept a game of tag going for, I think it's like 30 plus years. Good cast. You've got Ed Helms, Isla Fisher. You have John Hamm, Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner is so good. He's like he's never been caught in the game of tag, and he just I think it's really funny, my kind of humour. The Take. This is Idris Elba. Isn't he rumoured to be the next James Bond? I hope so. I think he'd make a good James Bond. Take Me Home Tonight is a pound shop pickup. And this has Topher Grace. Who else is in this? Anna Faris, Topher Grace, Dan Fogel, Teresa Palmer. Not seen that one. Taken. Everybody's seen Taken. Liam Neeson. This is kind of what like a reimagining of Liam Neeson. Sort of reboosted his career. He was a great actor. Great films that he's done, like Leap of Faith, things like that, from way back when. But now he's mainly an action star. Taken 2, not as good as the first one, still a good film. This was a standalone film. Everybody be ranting and raving about it. And a third one, again, good film on its own. Not the best at the series, probably the worst at the series. But I don't think his wife, Famke Janssen, is that her name? Is she actually in this one? I can't remember. I don't think she appears in that one. Could be wrong. Taking Lives. This is a pretty good Angelina Jolie film. Ethan Hawke. Not a big fan of his, but he's pretty good in this. I've got quite a few extras on this one as well. I've not seen it for a long, long time. It's about a serial killer. Taking Lives. Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. This is the remake. Do you have the original? Tell you the original first. Walter Matthau, Robert Shaw, Martin Balsam, and Hector Elizondo. Taken by Pelham 1, 2, 3. I have not seen this for many, many years. The original. It's got to be a 70s film, isn't it? 74. Good movie, but I've not seen it for a very long time. I've seen the original more frequently. Denzel Washington, brilliant. John Travolta. Good John Travolta film. I thought he made a good villain. Good villain. Take This Waltz. Seth Rogen film. Luke Kirby's in this. Sarah Silverman. Michelle Williams. Take This Waltz. Shelter. This came as like a special edition thing with a hard box of book and I don't know, Map to the Treasure. I don't know. Take Shelter. This is I think Michael Shannon, if I remember rightly, is in this one. Yeah, and Jessica Chastain. A nice black case. The Talented Mr. Ripley. It's quite a slow film. I watched this about a month ago. Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, Matt Damon's really creepy. I found him just really creepy in this. Kate Blanchett, Philip Seymour Hoffman as the nosy friend. It's pretty good film. I think good film for Jude Law. The Tall Man, Jessica Biel. Tall Man. Tamara Drew. Saw this at the cinema. Makes you wonder about walking through a field of cows. Yeah, just don't do it. Gemma Arterton's in this. Dominic Cooper, Luke Evans, Bill Camp. It's about a girl who comes back to a village and sort of she's been away for a long time. She was like a frumpy girl, comes back. She's all new and exciting. Wise. Tammy. I thought this was a fun film. Just Melissa McCarthy. It's the extended cut. I don't know what was cut, because I didn't see any other version of this. Susan Sarandon, I think she, if I remember right, she plays Melissa's mother. You got Alison Janney from West Wing, Gary Colt, Dan Aykroyd's in this, Kathy Bates, a great cast. Very funny film. Tangled in 3D. That's Disney, number 50 of their classics. Tango and Cash. Now I remember you got Ray Tango. Who's the other one? Gabe. That's it. I was thinking Johnny. I think no, not Johnny Cash, is it? That'd be a bit on the nose. Yeah, good 80s. It must be 80s. 1989. Oh, just scraped in. Good 80s action film. Enjoy this one. Very, very good. Tarantula, creature feature. I don't find tarantulas scary. I used to breed tarantulas and keep them, but great film. Great film. Can't beat the old. Look at that poster art as well on there. 101 releases. Can't beat the old creature features. Tarzan. I don't think I've seen this one. You've got the voice of Kellen Lutz, if I remember rightly, in this one. Kellen Lutz, Spence Locke, and that's all it says. I've yet to check this out. I've sort of glimpsed at the 3D. The 3D's pretty good in that. And then you have the Disney Tarzan, number 37. Pretty good adaptation. These next three, I have to thank my sister. Cheers, sis. You got me these for feeding your cat when you were away. Tarzan Goes to India. I love these old archive films that Warner kicking out, and Tarzan ones. Grew up on the old Tarzan films. Brilliant. And you got Tarzan's Greatest Adventures, or Adventure, and Tarzan's 3 Challenges. Love them. Absolutely love these films. Don't make films like this anymore, unfortunately. Taxi. This is Queen Latifah, Jimmy Fallon of all people. Taxi Driver, a classic. Robert De Niro. Is it artwork on that? Yes, there is artwork on that. Yeah. This is a great film. It has to be watched. Taxi Driver. Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Yes, this is Katie Holmes, ex Tom Cruise's wife, and Helen Mirren as Mrs. Tingle. Team America, just a brilliantly funny, even more so now. You know, just look at the back. Just look at the back. I love it when they're blown up. France, well, Paris. They're leveling Paris. Eiffel Tower's gone. Like, everything's in ruins, and it's okay. We've stopped the terrorists. You know, like the amount of destruction they made. It's okay. They stopped the terrorists. Tears of the Sun, quite an overlooked Bruce Willis film. It's not that action-packed or anything like that, but it's a pretty decent watch. Who's the woman? Monica Bellucci is in this. Tom Skerritt, forgot he was in there. Bruce Willis, good old Brucey. Ted. This film I think is a little bit overhyped. Mila Kunis, Mark Wahlberg, and of course Seth MacFarlane. Yeah, not a big fan of it, but I think it was because it was overhyped, and then I watched it and a bit let down. I need to watch it again. And the extended version, Ted 2. I've not seen this yet, so I need to get on that. I need to watch the first one again, really. I can't remember a lot about it. Teen Wolf, Michael J. Fox. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. 2007, so that's 10 years old. Haven't seen any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, although I do have a lot of them. The movie, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, and then that one, 3D one. Yeah, still not watched any of these. And then that one, Out of the Shadows, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows. I need to get on and watch them. Just having a time, isn't it? Running a channel, watching your channels. 10, good film. 10 refers to his rating of women, and Bo Derek is a 10. There you go, that's how it's sorted out. I haven't watched this since it was, must have been in the 80s. The film came out in the 70s, 79. I've watched it a few times, but not since probably the 80s. 10 Cloverfield Lane with the brilliant John Goodman. Sword and Sandals, 10 Commandments, Cecil B. DeMille's. I think there's 2 versions on here. There's a 1923 version as well as this one. What's this one? From 60s, wasn't it? 56? Earlier than I thought. This is a HMV Premium. It comes with 1, 2, 3 Blu-rays. 3 Blu-rays. A poster. It is number 81. Oh, it says on there 1956. Just look there. 10 Riddington Place. This is the story of Christie, John Reginald Christie. The guy he was a serial killer. He was all meek and mild outside, and he used to run like a backstreet abortion clinic. But instead of aborting the babies, he would put the women under and then kill them. Strangle them was the method of his, his chosen method. And he used to bury them quite nicely in the walls of his kitchen and under his floorboards. Creepy little sod. Heath Ledger, 10 Things I Hate About You. The historically inaccurate 10,000 BC. Saw this at the cinema. This is Roland Emmerich? Yes, Roland Emmerich film. Produced, written and directed by Roland Emmerich. It's good enough little yarn, but as I said, historically inaccurate. Tequila Sunrise, Mel Gibson, Kurt Russell. And Term Life. This is Vince Vaughn and Hailee Steinfeld. I like Hailee Steinfeld. She's a good actress, very good actress. And you've also got him and what's his name? Bill Paxton. So it's got a great cast. Term Life. Terminal. Yes, this is Simon Simon Pegg, Dexter Fletcher, Margot Robbie. It's about a waitress and some hitmen. She bumps into them and she's not what she's expected to be. Terminal. This is Tom Hanks, and he's stuck at an airport because his country that he came from is no longer his country. It's like there's been a coup and it's been overtaken, so he can't go out, and because his paperwork is now invalid, he can't get into America, so he has to stay in the airport until something's sorted. And it's based on a true story, and I think the actual guy who it's based on stayed in the airport, I was reading the other day online, for 16 years. So imagine that. Catherine Zeta-Jones. It's a rom-com of sorts. The Terminator, brilliant film. Arnold Schwarzenegger, directed by James Cameron. Just a great sci-fi film. You've also got Linda Hamilton, who's coming back for the next one. Michael Biehn as Sergeant Reese, and the effects by Stan Winston. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I remember seeing this on Pirate Video in 85, because it came out in 84, so it'd been 85 when I saw it. Awesome. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your unicycle.
I've also got this edition, because there's some extras on here that I don't think are on here, so I need to go through it, and maybe if there is some on here that's not on here, I might get another, like one of these disc trays, because even though it's black, it came with a blue disc tray. Let's get one that holds 2 and pop this edition in there as well. So that's them two. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. This is the one with Christina Loken. Yeah, I thought she was a good Terminator, and you don't see her. I haven't seen her in anything before or since. Claire Danes is in this as well, and who's the Nick Stahl? I don't think he does anything anymore, but very, very good. Terminator Salvation, the director's cut. This is the one with Christian Bale, who went mad at somebody on set and screamed and shouted at him. And Genesis. This is a really good film. The 3D is really good in this. The story's good, and Sarah Connor as Emily Clark as Sarah Connor is an improvement. Jay Courtney. I'm not a big fan of Jay Courtney's acting, but there you go. Arnold Schwarzenegger's back. Pop. Good film. Terms of Endearment. Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson's just absolutely brilliant. and that's that line, I'd rather stick needles in my eyes. It's just, the guy is, you know, very quotable. Texas Killing Fields. I picked this up from the pound shop recently, and it's got Sam Worthington, Jeffrey Dean Morgan trying to track down a serial killer who kills women and dumps them in like a marshland called the Killing Fields. That's my boy. This is Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg. I don't know who that is, Andy Samberg. Oh, I do recognise him in things. But there you go, Adam Sandler. That's What I Am. Set in 1965. I bought this because Ed Harris, and I really enjoy Ed Harris's acting. Thelma and Louise, a great buddy road movie, sort of power to women, that sort of thing. Just a great film. Great film. I do love a good road movie, and this is one of the best ones. Harvey Keitel as the detective trying to track him down. He does that a lot, doesn't he? He did that in National Treasure. You got a young Brad Pitt, not his first role, but one that certainly got him on the map. Them, Shoot the Antenna. That's you, Channel Don Star, Roger. Thank you. Every time I see this film now, Shoot the Antenna. Great film. Really, I love these old creature feature films. I say B movies, but I put them up a little bit higher than that. Maybe a B plus. Great film. Theory of Everything. This is a story of Stephen Hawkins, played brilliantly by Eddie Redmayne. Felicity Jones, love her acting too, and it's just what happened to him in his life. It's just, he's gone now, so rest in peace. Great story. Great. Really makes you appreciate him as a person. There Will Be Blood. Ben, I need to watch this, Ben. I know. Daniel Day-Lewis. Just getting my wife to watch it as well. Just trying to see how long it is. Maybe I can persuade her. I bet this ain't an hour and a half, is it? This is going to be about 6 days. Don't get me wrong, I do like a long film. 158 minutes. 158 minutes. I'd love it, but I'd wait till she goes out. I will watch it. There's something about Mary. Yes, there is. Probably for me, Ben Stiller's best film, but you got Tropic Thunder, haven't you? This is a great film, and just a great cast in this. Lee Evans in this. Chris Elliott, Wookie, Matt Dillon, brilliant in this. Everybody loves Cameron Diaz, and they all want to date her, all these people, and they've all got their own methods of trying to bump off the competition. It's a great film. You should watch it. Good comedy. I think it was the Farley brothers? Bobby and Peter Farley brothers. They came together. Recent pickup, not seen it. Paul Rudd. That'd be my reason for getting that. They Live. This is now available as like a restored 4K thing. I'm a bit dubious about getting films that are like from a 4K scan, because I did that with My Fair Lady, and I put them side by side. They're absolutely the same. Absolutely. Great film. Subliminal messaging. Great film. I'm all about that. Subliminal messaging. Awesome. Thick as Thieves. Morgan Freeman, Antonio Banderas. I do like Morgan Freeman film. He should definitely make more movies. Thief. This is James Caan. There you go. James Caan. And the last in this pile is Greg Kinnear, Alan Arkin. Thin Ice. Okay, I'm going to try and rush through these because what you've already seen is just 3 piles and there's 8 to go. So I will rush on. Thin Red Line. I wouldn't you believe it. Need to say something about this. Great war film. It's a Terrence Malick film. Took me a while to get through it the first time, but look at the cast on this. You've got Sean Penn, Adrian Brody, Jim Caviezel, Ben Chaplin, George Clooney, John Cusack, Woody Harrelson, Nick Nolte, John C. Reilly. It's like a who's who. Great film. The Thing, John Carpenter, and then The Thing. I think I prefer the practical effects. It's a good story, but the practical effects win out over CGI every time. 13 Ghost. Yes, I think this film's out of print. I'm pretty sure it is because I never see it about, and I'm pretty sure it goes for a lot of money. That's 13 Ghosts. 13 days. I had to make my own cover for this, and I did a crappy job, so I might have to do that again. Brilliant film. Bruce Greenwood as the president. Kevin Costner, I think, is his advisor, if I remember rightly, and it's all around about the missile, Cuban Missile Crisis. That fly I just saw there. Cuban Missile Crisis. Just a brilliant film. 143 minutes, worth every second. Great investment. Watch that. 13th Floor. This one is kind of, I can see The Matrix getting a lot of its ideas from this. Alternate realities. People not aware that they're inside an alternate reality. Vincent D'Onofrio is in this from Men in Black, and I don't think Armin Muller-Stahl is in this as well. He was X-Files. Craig B. Burko, I don't know, scary movie for, I don't know. Just a great film, really good, kind of noir-ish and futuristic at the same time. This is 40. This is Spinal Tap. Popped it in a silver case. I thought, I don't know, just thought it went well with that, like Robocop's in the silver case. Yes, God, what a film! What a film! And the fact that they were so successful as like the group on this, they went on tour. It's so funny. This is the end. This is a decent film. A little bit inappropriate in places. You know, you couldn't watch this with your kids. I don't think. Well, I have, and it's don't watch it with your kids or your mother for that matter. James Franco, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Danny McBride, Craig Robson, Michael Cera, Emma Watson, brilliant in this. But Seth Rogen. I just recently saw The Lion King, the live version of Lion King. Seth Rogen makes that film. Yes, I said that. This Means War. Funny, it's kind of a rom-com. Tom Hardy versus Chris Pine for the affections of Reese Witherspoon, and they're both like CIA operatives. I think they're CIA. Sean Penn, This Must Be the Place. There's a pub in Brighton called This Must Be the Place. Thomas Crown Affair. This is the original Steve McQueen, Faye Dunaway. I've not seen the original. I need to, because I've seen that one and it prompted me to buying that one. Piers Brosnan as the art thief. Rennie Russo as the insurance investigator. Very good. Thor 3D. I just love everything Marvel, so I'm going to have all the Marvel films. Thor, The Dark World, 3D, and they're all going to be in 3D if they are available in 3D. Good film, good film. I wished Natalie Portman was in it a little bit more, but apparently she's come back as a female Thor. I don't know how that's going to work, but I trust you, Disney. Thor, Ragnarok, probably the best of the three. Those magnificent men in their flying machines. There is another one, something about Jaunty Jalopus or something. Someone did mention it, and I was looking for the comment from months ago. Something or another, and then Jaunty Jalopers. So if you remember what that's called, if you can put it down below, because I want to look for that film, see if it is available. Terry Thomas, look at that face. He looks a bit like Tim Tracker there, doesn't he? The YouTuber Tim Tracker. 1,000 Words, Eddie Murphy. This was an import from America, I believe. Yeah. 1,000 Words. Three Amigos. Funny film. It's a kind of puts me in mind of Wild Hogs, you know, the John Travolta film. William H. Macy and the other guys in it, and it's sort of mistaken identity, a bit like Galaxy Quest, where people think these are like real band, you know, like bad guys that are going to rid their town of the evil presence that keeps coming in and shooting up the town. So, but they're not. They're three pathetic actors. I mean, they're not pathetic actors. I mean, you got Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short. But it's a mistaken identity film. You know where I'm going with that. Three Amigos. Three and Out. This is a German release. Carl Meany, Mackenzie Crook. Mackenzie Crook, you probably recognise him from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's one with the wooden eye. Carl Meany from Star Trek. Imelda Staunton from Harry Potter. Gemma Arterton from that one, Tamara Drew. Very funny film. The premise is the guy, he works the tube trains, and somebody jumps on the line, kills himself. Happens the second time as well, and he's like all depressed about it. And his friend says, "Well, you get a third one jump in front of you, you automatically have the option to resign and get a full pension." So he looks for the third person so he can get out of working the tubes, and he comes across Carmini, who wants to just die. You know, he's like a depressed, suicidal bloke. So he offers him like 15 grand. So if you jump in front of my tube, I'll give you 15,000 now. You can go and spend it, and you can jump in. This is a comedy, by the way. You can jump in front of my tube, but you've had like a good few weeks of, you know, spending, because he's like a down and out. And then his daughter appears on the scene, Gemma Arterton, which he falls in love, complicates things. Good film. Ooh, took the ass off that, didn't I? Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. An amazing film, I thought. Woody Harrelson, superb in this. Sam Rockwell, what a performance from him. All of them, really. Frances McDormand. When she drills... Oh, God, the dentist... Is it the dentist? She drills into his thumbnail. Can't watch that. Can't even think about that. A great film. Just about a woman, about a mother who wants the police to investigate her child's death. Three burials of Marquis Estrada, I think that's right it's pronounced. Quite a slow film, this. Tommy Lee Jones, Barry Pepper, January Jones, and Dwight Yoakama, I don't know. Yeah, quite a slow film, but it's Tommy Lee Jones, so it's worth a watch. Three Caballeros. Now, this is Disney Classics number 7. You'll probably think that doesn't have a release. Yes, it does. Disney Movie Club. Here's the cover, the original cover. It came as a double release on the Disney Movie Club. Saludos Amigos and the Three Caballeros. So I made my own cover. Got 2 copies. Thanks to Steve, Cashier One, sent me 2 copies so I can have one in each. It says one in there, one in Saludos Amigos. So there you go, because I want all the classics together, and that is number 7. 3 Days of the Condor. I have not seen this for many, many years. Robert Redford, Faye Dunaway, Cliff Hopkinson, Max von Sydow. So need to watch that one. 3 Days to Kill, and this is an odd one. Kevin Costner, Amber Heard is gorgeous in this. Haley Steinfeld. Thing is, Kevin Costner is an assassin, and he's dying. So Amber Heard says, "You gotta kill these people, and I'll give you a cure for your illness." And he's like an estranged father as well, from Haley Steinfeld. All set around Paris. It's just a really good film. I enjoyed it. Action. 300. Get them around the right way. 300 with This Is Sparta, Gerard Butler. Great film. I love the style of this. Zack Snyder, comic booky. Lena Headey from Dredd. She played Mama, and also in Game of Thrones she was Cersei. Dominic West is in this. It's just really good. You've got to watch this. You know, if you've not seen it and you think, you know, cartoon it, don't. It's a good action, sword and sandals, special effect. The guy with the big guy with the gimp. Good film. But I've not seen this one yet. Rise of the Empire 3D. It's been given really bad reviews, but I need to make my mind up. So I need to watch this one. Who's in this one? Is it Eva Green? Lena Headey's back in this, so I'm going to give it a watch. Yeah. So there's that one. 303 Squadron. I didn't even know I had this. Yeah, 303 Squadron. My memory's bad. £9.99. Yeah. Three Kings. Didn't like this when I first saw it. It grew on me. George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg. Is this during the Gulf War? Yeah. So many wars going on. So many films. May I forget which war's which now. Set during the Gulf War. Three Musketeers. This needs to go with the Four Musketeers I have, or the Four Musketeers need to go with this one, depending on which one was made first. Oliver Reed, Raquel Welch is in this, Christopher Lee, Michael York, Faye Dunaway. Great cast. And then this one is the 25th anniversary of The Three Musketeers. That cover is slipping up, which will really annoy me, so I'll quickly adjust that. Yeah, Disney Movie Club exclusive. Casher one, thank you very much. Sent me this one. This is one with Oliver Platt, Rebecca De Mornay, Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland, Chris O'Donnell, and Tim Curry. There you go, that's that one. More of a modern retelling. And he had the Three Musketeers. I've got a lot of Three Musketeers. Yes, this is pretty good. Mila Jovovich and is that how you saying Jovovich? Matthew McFadden, wasn't he in Game of Thrones? Not Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. Luke Evans is in this. Orlando Bloom, Christopher Waltz, Ray Stevenson. 3D is really good. I saw this at the cinema. Not seen it since though, but I remember the 3D was really good at the cinema, and usually it's not. 310 to Yuma. Good film. Russell Crowe, Christian Bale. Christian Bale was like a I think he's just like a farmer, ex-soldier. Had his leg chopped off, or half of his leg chopped off. Got to bring in a man to justice. Just good film. Good film. Russell Crowe, brilliant in this. Three Stooges. Now, my mother hated the Three Stooges, so we never ever got to watch them on TV. So this is what she told me, because she hated them, she wouldn't put them on. So I don't know. I've only got this to go on. Movie Edge. Mike, you know the Three Stooges probably better than anybody that I know. Is this a good representation of them? Probably not. Yeah, I'll be happy to hear. I'll be interested to hear what you think of it. Farley Brothers. Three Worlds of Gulliver. Again, one of the old from 1960, the old creature feature films. 13, bought this because it's Statham, but you've also got Ray Winston, 50 Cent, and Mickey Rourke, 50 Cent. 13 going on 30. It's a great dance scene in this when they're doing Thriller. Nobody's dancing at the office party, sort of a promotional party. Andy Serkis is like, someone's got to get up and dance. So Jennifer Gardner, who is a 13-year-old inside a 30-year-old's body because she makes a wish, that sort of thing. You know, it's one of those sort of make a wish, it happens. Should be a Disney film, but it's not. And she's at the party and she's going to dance with Mark Ruffalo, who's a like childhood friend, and they do the Thriller. So funny, such a great scene. 13 Hours, 39 Steps. Robert Donat, great film. I studied this in film school. Just classic. 33. This is about the Chilean miners that got stuck in the the mine. It was. James Brolin's in this, and I remember this unfolding on television. 30 Days of Night, great vampire film. Not a big vampire, although I do have a lot of vampire films. Not a great fan of vampire films, but this is one of the best ones. Set in, is it Barrow? Yeah, Barrow, first word, Barrow, Alaska, where it's 30 Days of Night, and this sort of ship arrives. I think there's a ship that they all come in on, or a boat, or you know, a vessel. They all arrive. These vampires, of course, it's night time, so they can hunt day and night, and they're just picking off people in the town. It's just a great film. Probably Josh Hartnett's best film I've seen him in, although Wicker Park's a good one. That's not out on Blu-ray, is it? 30 minutes or less, a good film. Jesse Eisenberg, Danny McBride. Not a big fan of Danny McBride, but he's good in this. Aziz Ansari is just so really funny in this, and it's from the director of Zombieland. He goes to the school with a bomb strapped to him. Your first thought was to come to the school. Great. Throw him on from the train. I don't think this is available in the UK, but it says Region A on the back. It is not. Plays fine on Region B locked players. Danny DeVito, Billy Crystal. It's Strangers on the Train, which is in the S's. And Danny DeVito plays Owen, and his mother, Anne Ramsey, is an absolute nightmare. Owen! He's not assaulted. Owen! Eco-friendly. Just a great film. Great Billy Crystal film. It's a strangers on the train, going to swap murders. Billy Crystal wants his wife killed, and Danny DeVito wants his mother killed. So Danny DeVito thinks Billy Crystal's agreed to do that. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. I haven't seen this since I was a young kid. It's got to be a 70s film, surely to God. 1974. And I remember as a kid seeing this. This was on TV, and there was a full frontal nudity of a woman. I nearly spat my bloody sherbet lemon out. Good film. Good heist film. And there's a young... what's his name? Jeff Bridges in that. Young Jeff Bridges. Tigerland. Terry Gilliam film. Tigerland. Yes. Tigerland. Again, another war film. Colin Farrell is in this. And that's all I recognise. Colin Farrell. Tightrope. This is Clint Eastwood as West Block. It is not a Callahan movie. You know, like part of the Dirty Harry series. Okay, Time After Time. This is number 73 from 1979 of the HMV Premium Collection. Another Gillingham film. Michael Palin is in this as well. Music by George Harrison from the Beatles. Produced by George Harrison as well. Yes, Time Bandits. Classic film. Time Lapse. Is this the one I'm thinking? No. Or Timescape? Time Lapse. I can't remember if it's that one or another one I'm thinking of. Time Machine. Classic film. This did get a US release, which is region free. So if you can't get hold of this one, you can get hold of that one. It plays fine. And this one probably has about the same amount of extras as the US one, but I bought it because, or rebought it should I say, because it's part of the HMV Premium Collection, number 18 from 1960. Great film. There isn't a remake with Guy Pearce in it, which needs a release, but this is by far the better version. I do love the other one though, so it needs a release. Great film. Great time travel film with the Morlocks. What was the other one? Morlocks and... what were they called? Something like Eli or something. Elo. Elo? What was Eli? Never mind. Time of Our Lives. Joan Collins, Pauline Collins, no relation, and Franco Nero. Time Runners. I do enjoy a good, this is a German release, a good time travel film. Time to Kill. This is an amazing courtroom drama. Samuel Jackson, probably one of his really early roles. He plays a father that shoots somebody for, I think they murdered or raped and murdered his daughter or daughters. I can't remember the specifics. But Matthew McConaughey, along with Sandra Bullock, sort of plead his case, and it's in like deep South America, which was quite racially tensed at the time. Great film, brilliant film. Had it on VHS, then DVD, and then Blu-ray. Just a great watch. Highly recommend that one. Time Traveler's Wife. This can be quite annoying because it's Eric Bana. He just sort of slips in and out of time. You just want him to be there like all the time, but he's it keeps fading. He's only in it like minutes at a time. Rachel McAdams. Good time travel film though. Time Cop. Probably Van Damme. One of his. I'd probably put this equal with Universal Soldier, the first one. Maybe this one just takes the edge a little bit. Great time travel film. Time travel policing, that is. Timeline. This was a Spanish, I think, Spanish import or Italian. Italian import. Pretty decent. Paul Walker in this. Jared Butler, I'm pretty sure. Billy Connolly, I think he's in this as well. Pretty sure he is. Yeah, about a bunch of people that sort of go back in time to the late 1300s and get stuck there, and they've got to find a way back. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. This is quite a slow burn. 2 hours and 7 minutes. Got a great cast in this. Don't expect an action-packed spy film. It is spies. There is a bit of action in this. It's a slow burn, a really good investment. Again, Look at the cast. Look at that. You've got Gary Oldman, Colin Firth, Tom Hardy, John Hurt, Toby Jones, brilliant, Mark Strong, Benedict Cumberbatch, Kieran Hines. Really good film. As I say, 2 hours 7 minutes. Slow but very, very well worth the watch. Titanic, Barbara Stanwyck and Clifton Webb. Titanic. This was a 3D one. I've got like a slim version of the case. Great film. Again, a long one. This is what, but 3 hours? 3 hours 6 minutes. Really good. And a 3D. 3D isn't too bad on this, if I remember rightly. It could, I don't know. Can't remember if it's good or not. But I expect it is because it's a Cameron film, James Cameron, and he does put the effort in. The Titan. To Catch a Thief, a great Cary Grant movie. Grace Kelly's in this also. To Have and To Have Not. No, To Have and Have Not. Ernest Hemingway's To Have and Have Not. Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall. This is number 84 from 1944, the HMV Premium thingy-bajiggy. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. This is a road movie about it's 3 drag queens, and you got Wesley Snipes in this, Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo. Leguizamo, is that how you pronounce it? Leguizamo. There you go. And they're stranded in the Midwest town of Snydesville, which is unfortunate, really, because you know, not the sort of place you want to be breaking down. That's that one. Tokarev. Nicolas Cage, Tokarev. I think this got a different title in the States. I'm pretty sure it has. It's got to be better than Tokarev. Tokyo Godfathers. This is about 3 homeless people that find a baby on Christmas Eve. It's about getting them to the right people. Tomb Raider 1 and 2. So this is a German release. I know they're on the out in the UK now, and they do have a separate release for each one. Okay, it's got chapter stops in German. That's handy. Yeah. So I may have to get them because I do prefer separate covers and separate cases. But that's 1 and 2. I do enjoy those films. Daniel Craig's in one of those as well. Tomb Raider, the reboot reimagining with Alicia Vikander. 3D in this is amazing. I do like the story. When I first watched this, I thought, yeah, you know, it's alright. Then someone else wanted to watch it, so I thought I'll watch it with you. Then someone else wanted to watch it, so I watched it a 3rd time and loved it. Absolutely loved it. Really grew on me. I think she's a great Tomb Raider. Lara Croft. I don't know if they're going to make any more. I hope they do. Really do hope they do. I like the origin story, and that was a good origin story. Tombstone. This is the one with Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. Again, this is when Hollywood was chucking out 2 stories the same. Deep Impact, Armageddon, that sort of thing. This one and the other one was Wyatt Earp. I do like the Wyatt Earp one with Kevin Costner. That's a great film. I saw this one at the cinema. This is a great film too. Val Kilmer, Kurt Russell. Who else is in this one? Michael Bihn's in this. Sam Elliott, Bill Paxton, Jason Priestley, Michael Rooker is in this. Billy Zane, Charlton Heston. Don't remember him in this. Great film. I think that's quite a long film as well. Seemed to be in the cinema forever watching it. 130 minutes. Tomorrow When the War Began. I did recommend this to someone the other day. This is a good film. If you like Red Dawn, you're probably going to like this because it's kind of the same story set in Australia where the local town is taken over by a foreign country, and just about a group of people that are out of town at a time, and they fight back. Really good film. Tomorrowland, sorry, World Beyond. I love this film. I think the little girl in it, I don't know who the little girl is. Rafe Cassidy, maybe. She's really good. She plays like, going to be a bit of a spoiler. Put your fingers in your ears. She plays like she's like an android, and little girl android, and she is, I think she steals the scene wherever she is. She's really good. Hugh Laurie in this, when the big ball thing comes down and he's like, oh bollocks, and it just great line. George Clooney's really good. I think it's a great story. Just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. What helped was I was watching this on my way to Florida on the plane as well, and obviously you got the ride that it's based on. Tooth Fairy with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. This one he was trying to get rid of the rock bit and add his name to it, his full name, with hair. You've got a great little cameo in here with Billy Crystal and who's Julie Andrews, that is the woman. I'm pretty sure Ashley Judd is in this as the little girl's mum. That's really heavy. What's in there, for the love of God? Oh my God, how old is this? You've got an actual digital one that you actually put in download. Well, that's old. Tootsie, an amazing movie. This is available now, I think, on Criterion in the UK. This is an import from the States. It's region free. It's probably for me, this is Dustin Hoffman's best role. You've got Jessica Lange in this. Terry Garr is his like girl he's trying to date. Sidney Pollack, he's in this as well as his agent. You've got Bill Murray is in this as his roommate. Oh, it's just such a funny film. Basically, it's about an actor who cannot get any work because he's too difficult to work with, and so he does like a Mrs. Doubtfire, dresses up as a woman and gets a job on a daytime soap as Dorothy Boyd, is it? No, Dorothy Boyd's in bloody Jerry Maguire. Dorothy Michaels. Yes, Dorothy Michaels, and he becomes like a sensation as a female actress, and but it all starts to unravel. You know, some guy's interested in him, thinking he's this Dorothy Michaels, but he's actually falling for the guy who's interested. He's falling for his daughter. Good film, great film. Top 5, Chris Rock, not seen it. Top Gun, great film. I rented this out so many times. In fact, it went on. I actually went on to take flying lessons. I wish I'd kept them up. Flying lessons. I was getting quite good at that. Fool, should have kept it going. I'd been a pilot by now. Kelly McGillis, Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, Tom Skerritt. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You've got who's the other one who played? Got Viper, Chester, Michael Ironside's in this. Tom Cruise. I heard that when they were actually playing this in America, they had like recruiting agents outside that were signing people up to be naval aviators. That good a film. Not tried the 3D on this yet. I've got the 3D and the 2D because 2D didn't come with the 3D, if you see what I mean. 3D is a 3D only. So I kept my old 2D copy and put it as like a combo one. Brilliant. Music, everything about that film, love it. Rented that so many times when I was younger. Topaz, Alfred Hitchcock. Picked this up for £2 in Poundland. Torn Curtain, another Hitchcock film. Total Recall, 2 weeks. Yes, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Again, Michael Ironside's in this, I do believe. Yeah, I think he's trying to kill him, isn't he? You've got Sharon Stone as his sort of make-believe wife. Spoilers, but come on, this film's like about 30 years old now, surely to God. Yeah, this did come out when it first got a Blu-ray release. It was a really poor transfer apparently, and this is the better one, based on a Philip K. Dick film, book rather. Great sci-fi, and then it was remade. That's really heavy again. What is in here? The Blu-ray, a book. You got a booklet with this? Yeah, came with a booklet of all things. All about the makeup and everything. The heart of the movie. And you got like all about the making of inside. Sorry, yeah, I've got to get on. Got to get on this. 3 piles here, another 2 over there. Good film, very, very good film. Remake, I love the remake too. It's really good. You've got Colin Farrell, probably at the height of his career. Bryan Cranston is in this apparently, and I cannot remember in this at all. Bryan Cranston is in this. Kate Beckinsale, Jessica Biel in this. Kate Blanchett, good film, good sci-fi film, and it's very sort of England rules like 90% of the world in this for some reason. Don't know how that happened. Tourist, Tournament. I can't think what I was trying to say. Tower Heist. I love this film. Ben Stiller. See, Ben Stiller, good film. This one, I put that out there with for me, out there with Tropic Thunder. Love a good heist film set in New York. Sort of a comeback film for Eddie Murphy as well. They didn't really go away that far. Alan Alda, brilliant in this, and I love his pool. If I was rich, I'd have a pool with the Benjamin Franklin on it. Great, that car, gold. No, I'm not going to say anything. Terror Inferno, great film. Again, you can see this. This was touched upon in Spin 1984. Go and check his channel out. He's just doing all his like Laserdisc collection. He does do Blu-rays as well. But go and check him out. And he pointed this out on his Laserdisc thing of Terror Inferno. You got Steve McQueen and Paul Newman, and they were kind of equal stars. And I remember when this came out, there was a big argument on they had to have exactly the same amount of screen time, exactly the same amount of words to say. But the problem then came when it came to like the poster art and everything to promote the film. Who got top billing? Well, you got Steve McQueen. His name is first, which would indicate that he's the top billing. But then you got Paul Newman, and his name is after, but it's higher. So that would say that his was more important. So they kind of both won there, and both lost at the same time. A pair of bloody idiots. Terror Inferno, great film. I showed all those sort of disaster films to my kids growing up. I think it's important to have that kind of education. Town, a decent enough flick. It's Ben Affleck and living in Boston. Jeremy Renner is a nutter in this. Yeah, it's about just I think the stats at the start of this film said like I don't know, like 80% of people that grow up in Boston end up being in prison or like involved in criminal activities. Toy Story. Only the first one, because only the first one is worth watching. I'm kidding. Groundbreaking. When this first came out, you are a strange, sad little man. To infinity and all that sort of stuff. Great film. Love it. Second one with Al's Toy Barn. Best scene is that when he's the guy who's repairing Woody. It's just a great scene. I love it when he's polishing his eye and all that sort of thing. Great, love it. I can understand that as a collector. Toy Story 3. I thought this was the perfect ending, as most people did, but apparently Toy Story 4 is makes it the perfect quadrilogy. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Tracy Lautner in Tracers. This is a German import. Pretty good action film. I think it's got a bit of free running in that. It's a pretty good action film. Tracker. This is Ray Winston as Tracker. Trading Places. John Landis film. I've seen this film so many times. Please do help me with my rucksack. Yeah, sorry about that. Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and of course Jamie Lee Curtis. Thank you. Ralph Bellamy and Don Amici as Duke and Duke. Oh, brilliant. Denholm Elliott as the butler. Just a brilliant story of exactly what it says, Trading Places. Duke and Duke, they have a bet that if you take a rich man and take away everything he's got, he will turn to crime. And on the flip side of that, you take someone who's a criminal, and you could, with the right environment and training, you can make him brilliant as a top executive. And they do that with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. But there are consequences to your actions. Great movie. It's kind of it's set around Christmas as well, around like New Year's. I think the crop reports come out on the 2nd of January, if I remember rightly. So it's all around Christmas, just past New Year's. Great seasonal film. The Train, for some reason, this just came in the post to me from Amazon. I didn't order it, and so somebody obviously down at Amazon just put my name and address on a film and sent it to me. So thank you, Amazon. Don't know why. It's not a sponsorship or a promotion or anything. I've never seen it. So Burt Lancaster, Arrow release. Thank you very much. Train to Busan. Training Day. Train Spotting. Try and get through these. I've got another 3 piles here. Train Spotting 2. I've not seen the second one. I've seen the first one. If there's ever a film to put you off taking drugs, not that I ever have. Trainwreck. This is that. Schumer. What is her name? Amy Schumer. Bill Hader is in this as well. Brie Larson, everybody's favourite. John Cena, Tilda Swinton. Traitor with Guy Pearce and Don Cheadle. Transcendence. I heard that there's a 3D copy of this somewhere. Germany, I believe. Yes, I really enjoyed this film. Again, you've got Morgan Freeman. Great actor, Morgan Freeman. He should run for presidency, I think. Rebecca Hall, Kate Mara, Cillian Murphy. Or do you pronounce it Cillian Murphy? I call it Cillian Murphy, but I've heard some people say Cillian. I've heard people say Cillian. Paul Bettany is in this, and Johnny Depp. I think it's a good Johnny Depp film. Just a really, I really enjoy this. A lot of people shit on that film, but I think it's a good movie. Now then, Transformers, and there's no denying the first one is a good one. It's a bit of a bent cover on that. You've got Shia LaBeouf in this. You have, who's the bloke I'm looking for? John Voight. John Voight is the head of like defense. The guy you've got Megan Fox. The one I'm thinking of now. You got the guy who the black guy. He's in interrogation, and he said, "I'm not gonna tell him anything." He eats the whole plate of donuts, and he said, "I ate the whole plate. I'm not gonna tell him anything." As soon as they come and sit down, put the folder on the table. He says, "It's all her. It's all her. She did it." It's just a really good film. It's about robots. You know what it's about. It's a good film. It's a and there's a scene where the helicopter comes in to the air base, and they're trying to communicate with it, and it says nothing, and all of a sudden the propellers just stop. It stands up and it kicks the ass out of this American air base. It's just a brilliant scene. Love it. Transformers. I think this is the order they're supposed to be in. Transformers: Dark of the Moon. I'm pretty sure. Or was it Rise of the Fallen? I think it's Dark of the Moon. I can't remember. After the first one, they start to blur on me. I do enjoy them all. The only thing I don't really like about the early ones with Shia LaBeouf, who plays Sam Witwicky, is his parents. His parents are bloody annoying, the pair of them. They could somehow go in CGI them out of the film. I'd be a happy man. This one, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. What a stupid cover. It doesn't even say it on there. There's no information on the back. It's just they're just trying to be clever and put it on the spine. Really annoying. And that's how old this is. That you've got a digital copy that you actually put in. So I might take that tray out of there and put that in my Terminator one. But they're all blurring into one. And then you got the third one with they got rid of. You got the first three with Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox, and then apparently she annoyed Michael Bay, saying that you can't make him without me or something like that, and then she got fired, and Shia LaBeouf went as well, and then they sort of rebooted kind of the idea. It's the same thing, but I could change your characters, just went in a different direction, and Mark Wahlberg joined the team. And I thought this one was pretty decent. You start going into 3D now. I don't think the others were in 3D. Oh, that one was in 3D. Dark of the Moon. So maybe that's the third one. I really don't know. Age of Extinction 3D, and then you have this one, The Last Night, which you had Anthony Hopkins join the team, Stanley Tucci. Again, Tucci, I call him Tucci because it's two C's. Yes, this was pretty good. And I think that's it. No, you had Bumblebee, didn't you, as the next one, and Bumblebee was really good. Love that one. So that is the Transformer films. I kind of like them, but they kind of roll into one now. And when they're fighting, you can't tell what's what. It's just a mess. Transit with Jim Caviezel. Transporter trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, obviously, hence the word trilogy. I like these films. This is Statham. The third one has got some awful, not effects, just overlooks, sort of like you'd have in the outtakes. What they call it? Movie mistakes. That's what I'm trying to say. When he's fighting, he's got a pole. It could be the first one, it could be the second, it could be the third one. He's fighting. He's got a pole, and he's hitting people, and it's actually bending the bolt. You can see it. It's a bit of rubber. I'm pretty sure it's the third one, but they're all pretty decent films. First one best, second one less, and then third one again. You know the way it goes. And then the reboot kind of thing with who is the guy in this? Trans-Siberian. This is a good film with Woody Harrelson and Emily Mortimer, and they're just on the train, and you've got Ben Kingsley on there, who's a nasty piece of work. Treasure Island. Steve, I thank you. Cassia one, again, go and check him out. 65th anniversary, it's probably not now, it's probably more like the 70th. Disney Movie Club exclusive, great film. Treasure Island. Love these films. Brilliant, thank you very much. The Treasure of Sierra Madre, and this is Humphrey Bogart, and it's number 62 from 1948 of the HMV Premium line. Treasure Planet, this is a Disney classic, number 42. I love this film, I think it's really good. It's like a modern telling. It's Treasure Island in space. Terrence Malick again. Yes, the Tree of Life. Brad Pitt is in that. Tremors, I've seen it, but I've not seen my Blu-ray copy yet. I only wanted the first one though. Trespass. This is a pretty decent Nicolas Cage film. That has an awful case. I need to replace the case. I've got loads of spare cases, so it's just a case of getting around to it, really. Quite lazy when it comes to that sort of thing. Yeah, Nicole Kidman and Nicolas Cage. Trespass Amongst Us. Michael Fassbender, Brendan Gleeson. I think this is set in Ireland, if I'm probably mistaken. 999, The Black Case. Tristan and Isolde. This was £1.99. Troll Hunter. This is quite an underrated film. Not a lot of people talk about it. I think it's really good. Monsters, you know, trolls. This is, trying to see, it's a Norwegian film. I love the effects in this. I think it's really good. It's just the best monster movie since Jurassic Park. There you go. It's quite an endorsement. Tron. This is the original. Again, I need to get a better case. Just get these stickers off. Yes, Jeff Bridges, when he was young. And then Jeff Bridges CGI'd to make it look young. I saw this at the cinema. I've seen it since on TV. With 3D, but 3D doesn't kick in, or it didn't at the cinema. I don't think it does, until they go into the Tron universe, if you like. So we're all sat there like, are these glasses working at cinema? Because the first half of the film, or first quarter of the film, is in 2D, and then it kicked into 3D. I really enjoyed the first part when it wasn't 2D, when it wasn't 3D. I think that's really good. I prefer it to the second half when it's in the. Although you've got Olivia Wilde with her dark hair in the second part. Michael Sheen is in this as well. Pretty good film. Tropic Thunder. I can't say enough about this film. It's just an amazing film. Jack Black in this when he's looking for his gun. Ben Stiller. Just. I heard him say in an interview, it's kind of like he did this film because in his character, like he is, you know, like like where he shoots without aiming, that sort of thing, because some other actors were like that in actual films. You know, they were just pretty boys not acting very well. Robert Downey Jr. as a black man, as an Australian playing a black man, just so funny. Steve Coogan, just brilliant, and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise in this as the fat agent. Is well, not fat, but he's like the overweight agent, balding, big hand. The dance scene that he does. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Bill Hader's good in this. Nick Nolte, and again, I'm not a big fan of Danny McBride, but he's pretty good in that. Great war film. Matthew McConaughey is in that as well. Trouble with the Curve. Now you can buy this in the UK if you buy. There's a box set of Clint Eastwood's. It doesn't have like a case or cover. It's in like one of those ones that you sort of flip over and sort of in a sleeve. One of those sort of box sets. But I wanted this, and I got this before it came out as a box set anyway. Trouble with the Curve is a great Clint Eastwood film as an agent. He's an aging scout, baseball scout, and Amy Adams is his daughter. They don't really get on because she's gone off and she's like I think she's a journalist now. But she comes along on her dad's, Clint Eastwood's, like last sort of hurrah to go and find the next baseball player, and she's as good as he is for spotting talent. Justin Timberlake's in this as he's kind of like I think he's a photographer or a journalist. I can't remember what part he plays, but he kind of falls for Amy Adams' character. John Goodman as Clint Eastwood's boss. It's just a really good sports film, and it's a great payoff at the end with the guy, the big-headed guy who, you know, he thinks he's better than everybody else, and hence where you get the Trouble with the Curve from, the title. It's just a great sports movie, and it should be out as a standalone release in the UK, but we don't get them. We don't get sports movies that often. Just ordered one online. I saw it in the UK, in America. They bought it. It's in their like Dollar Tree place called the Phenom, but it's regional, so I've purchased that from Australia. Another sports movie. So you got to go to other countries to get sports movies. It's ridiculous. Troy, Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, Sword and Sandals. One of those films. This is quite a long film, 196 minutes. It is over 3 hours. 3.25 hours over. Great scene when he's fighting the big bloke, stabbed in the neck. That's a really nice gruesome scene. But who's got 3 hours? Who's got 3 hours nowadays? True Crimes. This is a good film as well. I'm saying they're all good. I wouldn't have bought them otherwise. Clint Eastwood. True Crimes. True Grit. Love this film. True Romance. I haven't seen this since gotta be the 80s. No, 90s. Early 90s. 93 it came out. I don't think I saw it at the cinema, so maybe I saw it rental. So I can't remember anything about it. Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette. Who else is in this? Val Kilmer is in this. Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt. Quite the cast. I need to revisit Christopher Walken, and it's a Quentin Tarantino film. Truly, Madly, Deeply. This is Anthony Minghella. I think he died recently. Not recently, maybe about 10 years ago. It's a story of Alan Rickman married to Juliet Stevenson, and he dies. It's a bit of a spoiler, but it's like a budget version of Ghost. He comes back, but be careful what you wish for, because he's quite annoying. He brings back some dead mates, some fellow ghosts, and all just lounging around her flat. And she's got to move on with life. So she's got to let him go. That's what that's about. Truman Show, one of Jim Carrey's best films, without a doubt. Laura Linney plays his. Truman Show, better tell you what it's about, really. Truman is a boy that's owned by a studio. He's like adopted by the studio company, and they decide to make a program about his life. It's quite poignant, really, because YouTube, people that put their life on camera. Why do we do it? Anyway, so he's owned by the studio, so the cameras, he's got like a fake city that he lives in, and they control every aspect of his life. his job, his wife. In fact, his wife is an actress. His parents are actors. You know, his whole life is a charade, but he doesn't know it, but everybody else does. His most watched show on the planet. Ed Harris plays the director of this show. It's the Truman Show. Truman is Jim Carrey, and it's just it's quite a sad film and uplifting at the same time. Jim Carrey at his best. Trumbo. Bryan Cranston playing Trumbo. It's the stuff this guy actually wrote, Trumbo, and it's uncredited because it's all around about the time of when everybody's blacklisted. I think, what was it called? The McCarthy trials or something like that in America, where like people were being outed as like fascists and stuff and anti-American, and you got like people that were shunned, and one of them was Trumbo, Dalton Trumbo, and he was having to write under a pseudonym or just giving away his scripts for like pittance, just because he had to write and to have an income, but nobody would take his work, so it was being passed off as other people's work, and it's just coming to light now, some of his work that was actually his. Such a sad state of affairs at the time. Helen Mirren's in this, Diane Lane. Don't think of it as like a really like fast-paced film, because it's very, very slow. It's a biopic. It's a must-watch. Trust. I'm taking far too long. Nicolas Cage. Trust. Nicolas Cage and Elijah Wood. Clark Gregg. He from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. As an agent. Trust Me, and this is an Australian import. Truth or Dare, I think that was on sale for like £6 in HMV, pretty sure it was. Tucker and Dale versus Evil, kind of stereotypical sort of hillbillies, misunderstood because of accidents will happen. Let's just put it like that. I think this is called Tulip Fever, maybe. I can't remember what the translation was. Christopher Waltz in this, love his acting, really grown on me. He is. Judi Dench, Alicia Vikander. If you know what the translation of that is, it is out in America, I believe. Turner and Hooch. This isn't out in the UK. I don't know if it's out in America yet. Great Tom Hanks film. What's this? Early 90s, late 80s maybe. Not sure. Just great film. I wouldn't have one of those dogs though. My God, they're slobbery. David Duchovny and Sigourney Weaver TV set. I haven't seen this. I found this in a shop just up the road from me, and it's a German release. But why not? I think he was giving it for like, well, not giving it. He was selling it for £1. 12 Monkeys. Loved this time travel film. Bruce Willis. For me, one of Bruce Willis's best films. Terry Gilliam again. Madeline Stowe's in this. Brad Pitt's really good in this. Christopher Plummer. It's a great cast. Great story. The story of the 12 Monkeys. Or is it? It's about, it's like the end of the world. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis. Bruce Willis is like a prisoner. It's the world has pretty much ended, in so much as like there's only like 2% I think left of the population, all living underground because people can't live above ground because the air is contaminated. But they send people up to the surface to like collect spiders and stuff to test to see if it's still toxic up there, and they also send people back in time to try and find out why everything is as it is, who started off this contamination, and all they got to go on is the 12 Monkeys, hence the title. 12 rounds. This is at John Cena. 12 strong. This is a good film. Chris Hemsworth, good movie. Yeah, is that the guy from Lost? No. 12 Years a Slave. A film by Steve McQueen. It's a story of Solomon Northrop. Yeah, true story. In 1841, he was kidnapped. I think he was up in New York, and he was taken down south, which is quite a thing that happened. He was living in a free America. He was taken down south and forced into slavery. 12 years he was a slave. Chiwetel Ejiofor is the plays Solomon, and it is harrowing to watch. Michael Fassbender, what an absolute bastard he was in this. Benedict Cumberbatch, yeah, he played kind of, I say, a nice guy. He still had slaves, but he was one of the better slave owners, should I say. Paul Dano, a piece of work. Paul Giamatti as, I'm pretty sure he was a slave runner. Lupita Nyong'o, is that how you pronounce her? She, the little slave girl who was like baked by Michael Fassbender, and just such a moving film. Brad Pitt, and just it's a harrowing watch, like Schindler's List kind of sort of thing. It's a must watch, but it's quite a difficult watch at the same time. Which comes 28 Days Later. If you watch this on Blu-ray, it's a Danny Boyle film. You might think, oh, that's really grainy, but it was filmed in that style on purpose. It's not a bad transfer, because the DVDs like that. If you go and see it at the cinema, which I did, the cinema copy was like that as well. It's a grainy film anyway. Cillian Murphy, zombie outbreak. They're infected. I call them zombies. It's they're infected with a disease called rage. 28 weeks later, Jeremy Renner's in this one. Robert Carlyle, who does a really good in the film Yesterday about the Beatles. He plays John Lennon in it, and he's uncredited. Really good. Check that out. Yes, it's 28 weeks later. It's 28 weeks later from this. London's like quarantine. There's zones you can't go out of. But it all goes tits up. Let's just say that. 28K. Parminder Nagra is in that one. 24-Hour Party People. Steve Coogan, Paddy Constantine, Rob Brydon, Peter Kay, Simon Pegg, John Sim. 20 Million Miles to Earth. This was part of a box set. I do have the boxes outside. I don't put all the boxes in amongst this stock because they'd get crushed for one, but I just put them out. 21. Jim Sturgis, Kate Bosworth, Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne's always creepy to me in films. Don't know why. I just in fact I don't trust him. Kevin Spacey. I don't trust him in so much. I think he's going to kill me. That's a good film. Good film. 21 Jump Street. I loved this film. I thought it was really good. Got itch. Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was a really good film based on the TV show 21 Jump Street. Johnny Depp was in that. Does have a little cameo in this, Johnny Depp. Yeah, very, very good. And then I don't know, the second one I didn't enjoy it as much. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's so good, it's so funny." No, I didn't think it was that funny. It's 22 Jump Street. It's pretty much the same film as the first one. Steve Casherwan, I have got to thank you so much. This is one of my favourite films ever. And he sent me this. We did a trade. This is a Disney Movie Club exclusive. Just a great movie. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. James Mason, Kirk Douglas. Oh, fantastic. Love it. You gave me my childhood right there. 2001 Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick. 1968 year I was born. Number 86 of the HMV Premium Collection. And then this was released along with this one, another spacey film. 2010, the year we made contact. This is Peter Hyams who directed this, based on Arthur C. Clarke's work. Arthur C. Clarke was a man before his time. 2012 or 2012, Roland Emmerich, end of world disaster film. It was in the Mayan calendar apparently, which is a load of crap apparently as well. They predicted the world was going to end at 2012. I think like New Year's Day 2012. I remember that coming and going. Everybody was like, "Oh, is it going to end?" And this is based on that. If it did, like the continents shift, everything's flooded. It's such a chain of events that are so implausible. The fact that they get a plane and they fly and they're headed for some country, but they managed to find like China, we just slid across the other side of the world, and just so happens that one of the rescue things were there when they landed. But it's fun. I like it. I like the end of the world films, and this is one of the best ones. I'm not slagging it off, but I am. It's so implausible, but great watch. Absolutely brilliant. Katherine Heigl in 27 dresses. But yeah, she's been a bridesmaid for 27 of her friends' weddings, and she keeps all the bridesmaids' dresses, and she's going to make all her friends wear them to her wedding. It's a great idea. Great idea. My wife's bridesmaids had lovely dresses. Purple ones. But no, mauve, I would say mauve. It's lovely mauve. Anyway, I digress. Twilight. I enjoyed these films. I think they were really good. I saw them all at the cinema as well, and I think they're pretty atmospheric. Again, it's vampire films. Well, vampires and werewolves. And then you got New Moon. Eclipse. Was it Eclipse before New Moon? No, maybe not. No, third. Eclipse. Breaking Dawn Part 1, and then the conclusion. And I think it's quite a good conclusion. I like the way they went with that. I say not a dream sequel. I'm not going to give it away, the ending, but the way they did the battle was very clever, I thought. Twins. This is also out in Germany. This is Italian import. Doesn't say that it has a region code in. Doesn't say. So I'm gonna assume that it's region 3. But this is the Italian one. German one is also available. I don't know if this is out in America. It's not out in the UK, but I did send a copy, the German copy, to Steve in one of our trades. He might know if his is region 3 because he's got a region 3 player. Twister, brilliant Bill Paxton film. You've got a Helen Hunt in this. Bill Paxton, as I said. Philip Seymour Hoffman is in this. He plays quite a creepy character in this, I thought. It's about twister hunters, tornadoes. And even to this, when this was made, I think you couldn't predict a tornado, but I think they sort of either got the idea off these and made it a reality, or the other way around. Jan de Bont directed that. I love it. The sound of that film, just great. Got debris and the cow flying around. That's brilliant. The Two Deaths of Quintus Waterrail. I don't know. I don't know. I've not seen it. I saw this and I thought, what's this? And I picked it up. Paid like £1 for it, I think. Two Faces of January. Viggo Mortensen, Kirsten Dunst is in this, and Oscar Isaacs. Two for the Money. Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey, Rennie Russell. It's quite an early film. I think this is 90s. Oh, 2005. Morgan Creek film. Two for the Road. Audrey Hepburn, Albert Finney. This is a Eureka release. Just 4 films to show you, then we are over. Two Guns, Mark Wahlberg, Denzel Washington. Quite a good action-packed, fast-paced film, I thought. Who else is in this? Anybody I would recognise? James Marsden, Fred Ward's in this. And of course Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton was in everything. God rest his soul. Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Brilliant film. Shirley MacLaine in this is amazing as Sister Sarah. And of course the fantastic Clint Eastwood. 2 weeks notice. This is out in the States. It's Region Lockrow, and this one isn't. This is a Warner. This is Warner. So I don't know if the American version is Warner or different film company, because Warner is usually region 3 and this one is 2 weeks notice. That is a Spanish release, I think. I don't know, you tell me, Ben, you're Spanish, or your wife's Spanish. And the last one is Tyrannosaur. There you go. Peter Mullen, Olivia Colman and Eddie Marsan. Tyrannosaur. Well, that is it. 250 films later. U's, I think maybe about 30 U's. Probably same with the V's. W will probably be quite a hefty amount. And then X, Y and Z, not so many in each of those either, maybe 20 in each. So we're almost at the end. I will get this edited, get it up, obviously, because you're watching it, and I will see you. Oh, give it a thumbs up if you would, first of all, and share it however you do that. I don't know how you do that, but share it amongst everybody. Subscribe if you have not, it's all free, and leave a comment. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, although it's taken me quite a while. See you in the next video. Take care.